This is my audience, Jesse, Lacey, and Jalen. How many of you have ever wanted to go on a vacation but just didn't know where to start in your planning process? Today I'm going to talk to you about the three main things in planning a vacation. The first thing that you need to figure out is where you're going to go. Once you figure out where you're going to go, you need to figure out where you're going to go and then what you're going to do while you're there. So as to where you're going, you're going to want to figure out as to where, if you're going to fly, if you're going to drive, if you're going to stay within the state that you live, or if you're going to go to another state. And if you're going to go beyond that, decide if you're going to go international or not. Once you decide where you're going to go and how you're going to get there, then you'll have to decide where you're going to stay while you're there. You might want to consider looking up different hotels like Comfort Inn, Days Inn, the Jury, Marriott, all the different type of hotels that are out there that you can research on. Get the ratings on when you narrow it down, get the ratings on the exact hotel you're going to go with to see what others think about that hotel. You'll want to figure in the cost. You might try a line like Priceline or something of that nature to see if you can get something cheaper, and decide how many days you're going to need to reserve it for so that you have that done in advance. Once you have that complete, then you would want to decide what you're going to do, where you go. As in, for each day that you're there, what type of events you're going to plan for each day. If you're taking your family with you, things that are going to be oriented for your family. Or if you're not going with your family, maybe a night out or a nice place to go for dinner, things of that nature. Now, for instance, as to if you wanted to plan on going to Disney World to Florida, for instance, you would want to fly there. Well, in my case, I would want to fly there. Some people would probably drive. But I would fly there, so I would look at booking a flight on how much that's going to cost me, and then I would decide if I'm taking a family member with me, how much it's going to cost for them. So we would fly there. I would pick a hotel. If you're going to go to Disney World, you might think about booking with Disney. Disney has a place for you to stay and everything that's all inclusive with the park. You could think about that route. Or staying off the property and just using a rental car to get to the property for the day. Then you might want to think about taking a couple days as to visit the whole park. So I would probably spend 3 or 4 days on my vacation visiting the park, and you got United Kingdom and the Epcot ball, different things of that nature. Once I decided that my days there, I would figure out what I'm going to do when I'm away for there. For instance, if I'm in Florida, I might want to go to the beach. So I would plan a day or two at the beach and then maybe a good evening out before I had to return home. And then I would have to take my round trip ticket back home and get back to my everyday life. Now that we've discussed what you need to do to plan your vacation, I hope that that will ease your mind and everybody will be able to go out now and plan your summer vacation to go ahead and book that.